Hello and welcome back to Game and Muscle videos live in Sim Racing System for a race at the Nürburgring GP in perhaps one of the most exciting sim racing cars of recent times, the Porsche 911 GT3 Cup car. As you can see, it's a near enough fully booked event. We've got 18 competitors: Patrick Kraus, Alexander Folkheim, Johns-Peter Wand, Joshun Rushuger, Jean-Francois Gagnon. We actually had a good battle against him previously. Primero Riva, Lucas Ripper, Richard Dees, Antonio Vargas Barina, Hans Robert, Jan Dislock. I think if we can get at least 3% of these names right, that's a success in my books. Daniel Kulik, Ahmed Magrun, Marek Sedlak, Alberto Zagroski, or Zaragozi, Alex Mentexcam, and another British guy at the bottom, which I can't even say his name. So I think we've successfully pronounced two names there. Good job. But we should be ready for the race. We can join in now, and we are ready to go. This should be pretty exciting. The Porsche 911 Cup races are always quite decent. And welcome to the stream, K Roman 47. Welcome back. Let's load in. Let's get the scene changed on OBS. There we go. We're in the Porsche. Fantastic. Of course, we are driving in virtual reality. There's no such thing as reality anymore. It's all virtual. We're living the 90s dream. We're using the HTC Vive. And we're capturing from OpenVR. And that's why they always get asked this question. The image is going to look like a slightly wider field of view, a little bit distorted for the stream, because it's capturing the image of the headset. We zoomed it in a little bit, but you know, there's only so much you can do. But here we are in the Porsche. Looks absolutely gorgeous. No dents in it yet. There will be soon. Yeah, it's really good, K Roman, to have the servers absolutely packed. The Porsche cars are always packed, and I think on iRacing as well, it's been you know, people are really happy to see this car. It's actually a car in iRacing that's got controllable slip for the most part, which makes a big change. I think the Skippy had quite a bit, and there were, I think the Audi, I've not driven it, but from people that I sort of respect with their view of car handling, the Audi apparently is really good. I think that's four-wheel drive, so I might explain why it had really good controllable slip in iRacing. But basically, this car in AC and iRacing and just about any sim it finds itself in, fantastic vehicle. Hi, Madden Slangster. Setting up my Rift now, my GPU won't recognise the HDMI. Any suggestions? The CPU won't recognise. Make sure it's plugged in. Are you plugging it directly into the HDMI port, not a display port? Obviously, drivers and all that business. Fresh install and all that business. Double check with the Rift compatibility tool. See how well you can get things working. You know, see what it says, if it's all compatible. USB is really important with the Rift. It's really uptight and finicky. It prefers USB 3 for the main cameras, for at least two of the cameras. It's hard to say. It should just work though. I just plugged it into my system, but my system is quite a new i7 7600K, so it's hard to say why it might not be working for you. But if you send me a message on YouTube, I can go through it with you. But we've got the practice here. We need to get some laps on, because I've not set anything up. We've got a default setup. I think because this is our first race on the Nürburgring GP track in the Porsche. We might just go with the default set to start with, to be honest, until we got the hang of it. Let's just check the view for you guys. Can you see everything? I think that looks reasonably clear. And can you let me know in the chat if the volume levels are good for you guys whilst we're in practice? Alright, it should just work. Hi Guardio. Hang on, I need to zoom out a bit further back. I'm too close. I can't even see the chat room. There we go. We're causing traffic jam here. we're going to have to call 911, Sloppy, by the end of this race. Hi, Gardo as well. Oh, the Porsche. Fantastic track, actually, to have this car. I really like this circuit. Sim Racing System also do a really good job of setting the race time to be at sundown when you expect to have a cowboy shootout, but it means the lighting looks really nice in VR especially. Where's he going? Oh dear. Now unfortunately I've had a little chance to practice this on a public server was running this car on this circuit, so we've had a touch of practice with this kind of circuit, so it's not going to be completely driving blind, but we need to get as close to the front as we can so we get some nice close racing. And that's the thing with this Porsche 911, is that you always seem to get really good side-by-side online racing, because it's easy but it moves around a lot, so it's prone to making people make mistakes. And it also has a, if you're really pushing for those last tenths, it can bite back, and it's like putting your face in a washing machine full of bees. You're going to get stung. Hi Redstone Genius. the economy's collapsed. That's what it's come down to now. Oh, so we're going to have to brake super early for that. Let's go through here. It's like we're going on a ferry there. Just go through there, go through the péage. Yeah, Sloppy's never driven this track. Do you know what I mean? It's the kind of circuit where if you were to say maybe you were competing to win a car in a shopping centre, and you knew which sim they were using, and it's the kind of circuit where you might spend multiple hours trying to just do a hot lap over and over again for the sake of winning a real world car. But I mean, that's the kind of impression I get of this circuit. So I can understand why Sloppy wouldn't know it though. It's some friends bad, random people. You need to just sign up for Sim Racing System, Madden Slingster. Your name. You sound like a Canadian ice hockey player. Yeah, sign up for Sim Racing System and you'll be good. And then you can, there's a bunch of friendly people on Sim Racing System that if you message in chat during the race, they'll respond back to you. Whoa, there we go. So that's the El Practiso finished. Fuel load, we're going to go. So there was this big debate about the fuel with this Porsche 911, in that a lot of people saying it guzzles too much fuel, and then the Kunos developers were saying no, actually these are the specs we got, and so supposedly our racing car is doesn't guzzle it. But so we're assuming that Kunos are right with the fuel levels. There's no reason why they wouldn't be. I mean, they've gone by the specs that they've been told. Basically, this car is polluting the entire racetrack. I mean, 25 of these on a grid, and you've killed all the spectators. They've consumed enough lead to have. It's the equivalent of being a Roman for 50 years, drinking all the leaded water through the lead piping. So there you go. Porsche. It's worth it though. The car handle's really nice. It's a really good vehicle. Who cares about the pollution? You know, a couple of people dead. It's totally worth it to have a nice car that drives nice. So we're going to go for default setup. We got distracted there because we don't have one. Often, if you've got a good setup for another circuit, it's worth often. Actually, no, we will stick one across because we've got a good setup for Imola. Now, obviously, this track's not very similar to Imola, but the advantage of that setup is it stiffens the car up. So I've totally just ignore what I said before about using default setup. We're going to use this and assume that it's good enough, because with this car the main thing with the setup change is just a higher tyre pressure, and just to stiffen things up a bit, it sort of makes the car a little bit tighter. 8 minutes qualifying. We're just going to go for have quite a bit of fuel because I'm going to be practicing whilst I'm qualifying. Let's get on the circuit. I don't know if SRS does, maybe it does, but there's been to and fro about how much fuel this car consumes. And all I know is that it consumes a lot of fuel, even if you whatever setting you put it on. It's like driving a cross-channel ferry in terms of fuel consumption. The back of this car is actually a fuel tank. You might have thought it was, a boot and a bit of empty space is actually a fuel tank. So it takes about three-quarters of a lap to warm the tyres up, get the car all warmed up. There might be placebo, but it might be just me warming up. But it seems to take about three-quarters of a lap to get everything rosy, and then we can push. Hooray for gas guzzlers. Josh the boss, who works in the oil industry there. This car is sponsored by Donald Trump, reviving the coal. This isn't actually fueled by oil. It's fueled by coal, sponsored by Donald Trump. You know, it's the steam train of vehicles. That would be awesome. Where I used to live in the Midlands, they had a lot of steam. There were I don't know what you call them. They're like steamrollers, but they're used for farming. They're all fueled by coal. I wonder if you could actually have a good race car. I've seen lorries, 1920s lorries. There's steam-powered lorries. I've never seen a steam-powered race car. I'm sure there is one. That'll be something to Google on YouTube after this race. Okay, so we're going to try and get a banker lap in here. And the chances are it's going to be a 2008 economic crisis and the banker lap's not going to be successful, but we'll try our best. Oh! Okay. That's a crucial thing when you're new to a track, is work out where the brake points are. Conservatively work out where they are and then gradually chip away at it. Fortunately, because Sim Racing System are going to be running this track for the week until next Monday, we're basically going to be treating this race as a sort of practice, and we'll gradually get better and better. And the Sim Racing System format's really cool. Like, you do your races during the week, and you know, you can get your results from them, and you'll get your stats and your position and everything from those races. But at the weekend, which we always miss the weekend races, which is a shame, we're normally doing other stuff, but at the weekend they do a longer full-length race as well, which also contributes to your stats and your ranking. So it's really nice that, you know, midweek you can just do these races that are every hour, different circuit, different car. But the Porsche ones are certainly the most popular. This 7 PM Porsche, and then it's in 3 hours time as well, so it'll be like 10. Okay, we're just cruising. This is the banker lap. Yeah, it's because Sim Racing Portugal are sort of the guy that puts Sim Racing System up, or put it together, programmed it. He is from Portugal, and he's part of the Sim Racing Portugal crew. Really nice, friendly bunch of guys. They do loads of racing. Portuguese love the driving simulators. Portuguese people are all pretty chilled out as well. I guess it's because they've got nice sunshine and nice, you know, nice food, nice sunshine. Whereas those of us in England have miserable rain, cold, and on the brink of economic collapse. So the Portuguese have already had the economic collapse. Maybe they're on the way out of it now. But we have that explains why they're chilled out and why British people are a bit angsty. But there's only one other English guy on this server at the moment, so I don't know what's going on there. Everyone in England is just too busy getting drunk in the pub. What shall we do tonight? Let's get drunk. Hi, I can't read your name. Your name ends with TV. Welcome to the stream. Oh, come on. I'm dawdling here. We need to get a good lap in. 3 minutes, so we're going to get one lap after this. We've got 20 litres of fuel. That's about enough to drive 3 metres in this car. I've got the graphics on low, to be honest, so that's probably why it doesn't look too amazing. But in VR, you don't notice it too much. when streaming, it absolutely destroys your computer. I'm running 1.3 pixel density. I could probably put it up a little bit higher actually. But I keep I keep swapping between the Rift and the Vive, and you don't need as high pixel density with the Rift because the default Rift, when it runs, I think it's already running at the equivalent of 1.5, so I keep swapping. I could do with setting up a macro actually. If you're not streaming, or if I wasn't streaming, I could put it at 1.5 and it'd be alright, and I could turn most of the graphics up. It's just when you're streaming, it's absolutely horrendous at times. That'll probably be the capture. That's probably the capture brightness causing that, and also because of the time of day of the track is making it a lot brighter than it probably would normally be. Yeah, it's a little bit over the top, especially. I know this is Germany. I was going to say for England, but yeah, the reflection is a bit. It's as if the road's been polished. The Germans secretly use this track as a telescope, and it's polished. What's the swastika a bit? That's my logo. I don't know why it looks like a swastika. It's like some kind of Illuminati message there if you follow the channel. I think it's just how the image is being compressed. Every time someone clicks the follow button or donates, it goes into the beer cup. The tankard though. We're 4th out of 18th at the moment. We're up on our previous lap by 2/10, and qualifying. We're going to get one more lap. I don't know if we'll have enough fuel for it. You know, as I say, probably need about 130 litres per metre with this car. So I've just been chatting and dawdling. We should have got a good power lap in. This setup actually from Imola that I've got seems alright, so if any of you guys want it, I'm gonna drop it on I'll drop it in a public folder and I'll put it underneath the video description when this gets uploaded as a video. It's probably a good default setup, and it's obviously not suited to this track. There'll probably be improvements, but it does that basic tidying up of the car. Let's see if we can get a good lap in here. So we're gonna finish it. Oh, session's okay. Ignore that. Forget that. Half a second up, new PB. So I wouldn't be surprised if the actual lap pace on this circuit is sort of 2 seconds faster than what we're doing, because we were totally dawdling there. You're not allowed to donate, Sloppy, because you'll just get refunded. Nobody that knows me can donate. It's the rule. Here we go to the pits. I will just refund and ban you from donating. Madden Slankster, does it work on iRacing? Also your setup? It does, yes. I'm not sure what you mean. The steering wheel, pedals, VR headset, all works on iRacing. It's a PC. It's a beautiful thing with PCs. Well, Josh, you have to have the you have to have the fundamental skills there. Now, I know that you did beat us in the last race by quite a margin, but you need the fundamental skills. And I have to say, the only reason you actually beat us that last race was because you kebab shopped us at the last minute. And I know what was going on in the front of your car. I saw the lady's head sticking out. It's being noted. Your dirty, filthy driving has been noted. I think we're all good here. Let's hope it doesn't crash when it gets to the race, because that's something that does happen. That'll be rather annoying. Hiya, GTR Fanatic 97. I'm not. Yeah, I will put it up, but not anytime soon. Hiya, Ambuth. Nice one. I read your name out on the start. I saw it at the beginning, so that's cool. We'll see where you place. Hopefully you do all right. Here we go. Look at this. How much fuel you need. After the end of this race, Germany will have used up its pollution quota. It'll be like China after they've had all the factories on. Just a big cloud of pollution's going to kill half of Germany's population after this race. Why is everyone dying from pollution? Oh, sorry, it's just been a Porsche race. It's fine. They enjoyed the cars. Here we go. So we've got the car set up, fuel done. We qualified in 4th. That's fantastic for me. I'm happy with that. Hi Cohen Cola. Hi Greg Older. Get ready. We are at the Nürburgring GP. Lights on the screen. Fasten your seatbelts. We don't know what we're doing, as always, but we'll try and talk about what we are doing and see what we can do better. Rev your engines, get ready to drop into gear. Off we go. Oh, bogged down, bit of smoke from the cars in front. It's 4th place for us. We're going to stick on the inside for T1 here. It's normally the safe place to be. Car on the left got a little bit of a slower start from this. I haven't played Train Nation. I'm going to brake slightly here. There's a car behind me. I'm just glancing up to my rear view mirror. I'm going to try and stay on the inside without sliding out. We're okay. Oh, balancing the throttle here. This is a nice thing with this. Oh, the tyres are cold. Car going up our inside. We should have defended it. Hopefully it doesn't tap us. If it does, we're in trouble. Nice thing with the arena corners is that the car's on edge, especially at the start of the race. Gives you a chance to take some positions. Let's see if we can get right on to the tail of these guys. We really need to get up there and stay with this front group of cars. And they seem to be pulling away. The thing that tends to happen on this circuit is that a lot of people have accidents when the cars are close together on the NGK chicane, the last chicane before the last corner. Okay, we take that a bit more, a little bit of lift off there. I like Assetto Corsa on public service. Oh, that was good. Got a good line through there. But I prefer just having less clutter on the screen and being sort of immersed in it without Assetto Corsa. But Assetto Corsa is awesome, fantastic app, and it does make up for the fact the sound's not perfect in AC in terms of positional awareness. So. Oh dear! I was going by the cars in front of me braking. Fortunately, I still broke a little bit earlier. He's just Kunos penaltied himself there. He took. Well, we've been rear-ended, but we're okay. He just missed the corner completely. So you have to hit that brake point, otherwise you're just going to go in a straight line. He's just lost 4 places. Alex Mentakseka. he's just scuppered himself there. Try and get on the power early here. 2nd gear through there. Well, we're in 3rd place. It's not too bad considering we don't know what we're doing here. These first corners are always a little bit iffy in terms of how you take them to get the speed down. Sometimes it's not immediately clear if you're better off taking the tight line or wide line, or if you're better off sliding the car up into it a tiny bit so you can get on the throttle earlier so it's lined up, or if it's worth running a tiny bit wide. It just seems to depend from car to car on this circuit. It's all about your single monitor setup. I was thinking earlier today actually, if you had a large curved single screen on your rig, that would actually be pretty good as a single monitor setup. Car struggling to stick through there. This 911 quite understeery, you know, it does have a habit of just pookling out. So this corner, it seems to be with most cars in AC, you're better sort of throwing the car in a bit there and clipping the inside of the curb, but clipping the curb so it doesn't destabilise the vehicle. And then you're completely on it round that corner. It doesn't necessarily need to be that smooth. And that MGK chicane, it's all about cutting it but without hitting the sausage. If you line it up just right, you get oodles of time. If you get it slightly wrong, you take a full English breakfast on it, you're in trouble. But this is fantastic. A 12-lap race. We could probably start pushing a little bit more aggressively. I mean, I'm going to risk it for a biscuit. First, it's the first event. I need to get on these guys' tail, really. If I lose it, we'll have some nice action trying to recoup our mistake. I think you have about 9 laps with this setup that I'm running, or it might just be with any setup, it might just be with these tyres. But it seems you get about 9 laps of normal driving before the tyres start to give out a bit, and then you get into chronic understeer land, and it feels like you're driving an ice cream truck that's replaced its front tyres with ice cream cones. 49-inch 4K TV. Well, you know what? 4K TV would look awesome for driving sims. I've only ever seen 4K TVs in the shops with their demo footage, which is always over sharpened and over the top macro shots. So it doesn't really give you a good idea of what the image quality is actually like. So here you go. It seems that running wide there, clipping it and running a little bit wide is often better. What was that? It's like we just ran over a rabbit or something. I don't think anyone tapped. That was weird. We just had a random... I think we just ran over some wildlife. Oh well. Whilst we're killing the population of Germany with air pollution, we might as well run over some animals. We've got the car behind us, I think, is slightly faster than us, so we're going to probably have to be playing somewhat defensively to hold back his position and modulating the throttle there through that corner. I think we could be a bit more aggressive with it. The grip's totally with us. Unholy Moon Dog, welcome back to the stream. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Nothing is like VR in terms of feeling like you're actually sat inside of the game. Second gear, watch out. Oh, see these arena corner. I'm totally messing this up, so that's something we need to work on. Oh god. You've got to get a really nice line through all of them. Get it all working out. Hi BRT, welcome to the stream. Nobody talk to BRT because he'll try and get you to buy expensive audio equipment that you can't afford. 4K, well, it'd be like 4K per eye, Josh, would be amazing. Even better than that, to be honest. Just, it's a mixture of things, isn't it? I mean, it's not just resolution. If we've got foveated rendering, eye tracking, depth of field, and higher resolution screens, it's going to be amazing. It's all going to be coming in the next year or so. It's going to be really interesting to see how the top end of VR, the top end of the VR market evolves, because I think that in terms of making money and profit, it will be mostly the bottom end of VR that's going to develop the quickest. So mobile phone headsets, Gear VR, that sort of thing. That's where most of the money's going to be, because everyone's got a mobile phone. And it's the kind of thing that kids will buy for Christmas. Whoa, he's going for a sniff up the inside. I'm going to be so slow through here because I'm just blocking him off. But I'm hoping that we still get advancements on the top end. And I think there will be there's always going to be a market at the top end for people that are willing to just throw money at VR, just as we found with PC, where you've always had people that will buy the Titan graphics cards, or the very top end CPUs when they don't even really need it. So I'm just staying on the right here. Total defensive driving. We're going to break a bit early, but we still need to get a nice smooth exit so that he can't catch up with us. I'm so slow. Jens Peter's his name. Watch out. He's having a look behind us. He's sniffing around. He's on our tail. He's right. I'm just glancing up to my rearview mirror and see Jen Peters' red racing line Porsche. He's only got one racing line though, so he's half the speed of cars with two racing lines. I can't believe Porsche made that mistake. I mean, they got the handling right with this car. They got the grip feeling all nice. It's a pretty speedy vehicle. Fuel consumption could be improved a bit, but if they put two racing lines on it, it would have been easily 10 times faster. Whoa, he's going up the inside. Don't drive into me. No, we're all right. We're all right. He's just there. He had a little... He's looking to go for it, though. We're probably going to have to Great Wall of China him. That's the other advantage of this setup. It's stiffened up the car a little bit, so when we do hit the curbing, it's not too much of a bouncy castle. This track's a lot easier than Imola, I have to say, because it's a lot smoother. Imola has a habit of bouncing the car, and also a lot of the racing lines tend to put two wheels on the AstroTurf, which this car's not too happy with when you get into wider slip angles. Yeah, I'm really excited for GTR3 because it's like you said, because it's Unreal Engine. It's going to be really interesting to see a proper sim in Unreal Engine. From my understanding, I think the developers are going to be using similar physics to what they've got in Race Room, so that should be pretty good. And whoa, we're going to have to defend this. I'm going to slowly move to the right so we're on the inside for this corner. Sorry, he's got the draft though. He's going to have to go for the left. He can just be out on us. We're going to brake a little bit early on the inside, and then we should have the angle. We just got to get the throttle down without him passing. He's still there, but we can cut across him. One move per corner. Blocked. I totally lost my train of thought there. GTR3, Unreal Engine. Car in my arse. We're going to come around here. Blocked. Yeah, so I think it's going to be good. Unreal Engine will be really interesting to see with proper physics. And then it should be a lot... I don't know if it'll be open to modding, because I think it will be a sort of somewhat console-focused game. But in theory, you know, it's really versatile, and Unreal Engine is really fast to develop with, otherwise we're going to have to watch out on our inside again. So it should make it easier for the developers of GTR3 to do some impressive work. Whoa, we were slow on the exit. I'm totally blocking him off. Oh, don't leave it. Okay, he's not going up the inside here. Oh dear. Oh, we've killed him. He's kebab shocked himself. Sorry. Oh, poor guy. You know, we made our car wider than a lorry. That's what you got to do. He should have just stayed back and waited to go for another pass on the straight. I mean, we were driving fairly safe. We weren't cutting across. One move per corner. I feel sorry for Jens Peter there. Unfortunately, just lost it going up the hill. We are kebabbed. I feel like I was responsible for his kebab shop moment. He didn't quite kebab shop himself. He was mostly in control of his vehicle and just went a bit wide and then ended up going off into the wall. I think yeah, it's probably the last we're going to see of him unless we make a big mistake ourselves. It's a pretty nice chilled out driving here. We're 4 seconds off the guy in front. I think, again, the big things we can improve on at the moment that I can easily tell is the cornering on this arena section of the track. I can carry a lot more speed through that first part. I need to get the brake point for this second part sorted out so we can line the car up through here and work out what the fastest way around this corner is. We can be braking a lot heavier for a lot of the corners, especially T1. And then it's that uphill left-hander. I don't know the corner names again, so we're just going to make it just describe the corners. I think we can get on the throttle earlier again. There's a sort of the initial bite of the throttle in this Porsche car is quite forgiving, and it's only when you get sort of half a second into the throttle application or a bit on the throttle before the back end starts popping out and that you have to balance it. So when you first get on it, you can pretty much just stamp on it. It's only through sustained corners when you're at tighter angles that you have to watch out for the back. I mean, this track's not too bad for it though. It should only be the T1 and 2 and then the corner after the NGK chicane that I think we have to watch out with the throttle control. There we go, we can get a lot of time improving the line through here. 6, so he's pulling away. We need to find out what their lap times are. It'll be interesting to see, and then see if they're running a tweak setup as well. But I've got a suspicion they're just hitting brake points better. Okay, we can brake later than that. And then go into second, I think. I really can't line the car up through there. Disaster. Well, I think we're starting to get to the point where the tyres are going a bit though. You notice the car's sort of popping out into understeer. We need to use a bit more width as well. There's so much to learn. We've got a week to learn it. Lap 8 of 12. Plenty of time to make stupid mistakes. Look, we're half a second down on our PB. I think it might be advantageous to ride the inside of that curve, you know. Let's try and get a new PB. Okay, we can enter into that corner wider as well, so we'll have to try that. We're almost a second down. We're getting worse. This is what tends to happen when you're learning a car with the track. You get up to a pace and then you start getting worse and you sleep on it, and the next day you'll be... It's like you've uploaded the program and you're ready to conquer the matrix. Well, that was a better exit. You get a bit more throttle through that corner. What? Oh, I think it's an echo. I thought I could hear a car right next to us. Oh, that's better. Getting on the throttle there tends to push the car around the corner. If we brake earlier, then get on the throttle. Oh, that wasn't good. 2 tenths up. But then we just sliding around. Trying different things out here, seeing what works. Ah, so we're up half a second now, so that's a bit better. I'm worried if we ride the curb. I'm not sure if it's a faster way to take the corner, but I'm also worried it's going to destabilise the car and just pop out on us. That was awesome there. We put 2 wheels on the AstroTurf and I could feel through the force feedback the car sliding out of touch. Love the force feedback in the Assetto Corsa. That was better. Look at that, half a second up. We gained 3 tenths there just for that last corner, or second to last corner. Oh, you need to run wide on that, but not hit the bumpy part. Because we don't want to be. The moment the car starts bouncing up and down, you're just losing time. 2 laps left. Oh, that's better. Seems quite happy for us to go into second gear. Much better exit there. hopefully we're sort of teetering around the previous lap time, gaining and losing time in various places. Oh, that wasn't too good. Left the brake in a touch late there. Yeah, see, I think now is where the tyres are starting to get a bit hairy. Maybe I'm imagining it, maybe I'm just throwing the car into the corners a bit too much, changing up the brake points, but I'm getting the impression that the tyres are now getting a bit finicky, so probably better just trying to be smooth now. I mean, this is going to be a close race to the finish line for the top 3 drivers here. We've got Patrick Kreutz is 20. Well, no, he's not. He's 15 seconds up. So I don't know if he's doing something crazy. He's got a mental setup or something. And John Dieslock is 4 seconds up. So, given that we were at least a second off pace with our driving previously, I can understand John Dieslock if he's running the same setup as us, but whatever Patrick's doing, I don't know what he's on, but he's doing something fundamentally different to be gaining a second or two per lap. We need to find out what's going on there. We might see some skids. We did some drifting on the last lap. Oh. Easily does it. And that's the nice thing with this car, is that you get into a rhythm with it, but then it does encourage you to try different things out. And I don't feel with some simulated cars, you kind of feel like there's one completely, there's one defined way to drive it optimally, and that's it. And one of the things I like with this car, and a lot of the cars in AC actually, is that often you feel like in some ways there's a couple of different ways you could take a corner and still get the same time, but maybe it's more at the expense of the tyres or a bit of a more risky line in terms of how much slip angle you're taking through it. So obviously in reality there's only going to be probably one ultimate line through a corner, but it's nice to feel that you've got a range to play with, and this car seems to magnify that quite a lot, while still having a good amount of grip. So it's a bit of a contradiction as far as it goes as vehicles, because it slides around a lot, but then it's also really grippy. Where's Diego? I don't know. The echo as you drive down here, it sounds like there's a car right behind you. Okay, we can brake a lot later there than we were. Look at that time. Okay, trail braking there, not too good. I feel like we're losing half a second through these arena corners. We need to just work out how to take them. I mean, look at that. Just that exit, 1/10. The nice thing with the Nürburgring GP is that if you do make mistakes, they've actually put grass either side of the track, so when you do make a mistake, you're going for a bit of a lawnmower excursion, and having that punishment there is really nice. Whereas you go a lot of these modern circuits, they're just tarmacs either side of the road, and it's like, well, there's no punishment then for taking risks, and it's a lot less fun to drive on, and a lot less fun for spectators to watch if it was going to be, if it's real world racing. I would have thought with some setups you might be able to take that flat out. Okay, that didn't work. We just went totally sideways. And we've got a back marker in front of us. We got a brake earlier than that. I was on the brakes while I was turning in and the car just did a crazy power slide. I don't think this is the last lap. It might be the last lap. I think we might have one more lap after this for us. It's just that the guy in first place is so far ahead. Oh, we got a car right in our tail, so we need to tidy things up. Alexander Falconine is trying to take third place off us. Oh, I think this is the last lap, so there we go. We'll take it home for a third place position. That was our first race for this week on the Nürburgring GP. We'll do some more later in the week. But that's a good introductory race. I feel like we're getting to grips with the basic racing line. The break points somewhat there. Oh, let's look at the times quickly before people leave so we can see what's going on. What was he getting? 2 minutes. 2 seconds faster. And so he's on... See, that's fair. That's perfect within what I can improve. You know, 0.3 faster. How is he doing 2 minute laps? 2 minute 9. So he's 2 seconds faster. How is he doing that? How is he getting to? What is he on? Crazy fast. Everyone else is a little bit slow. We need to shout our setup out though. But don't forget, we'll probably be doing this race again tomorrow. So if you want to join in, make sure you sign up. I'm going to put the setup for this. We'll upload this live stream on YouTube, and we'll put the setup in the video description so you can be at the same pace as us. And if we make any changes to it, you will know. But thanks everyone for watching. We're going to end the stream there and end the video there. Don't forget to click the follow button, like, subscribe, visit Twitch, do a dance, have a cup of tea, have a good day, and try and avoid driving into us on public servers. Thanks everybody, and I will see you guys soon. Until then, goodbye.